You have to create systems and processes. You have to create systems and processes. You see, I'm sick and tired of hearing this advice. Honestly, it's also possible that sometimes in the past, I've also given this advice to a potential or new eBay sellers. You have to create systems and processes when you come to eBay to sell. Like the whole thing, the whole success, your whole success depends on you creating these systems and processes. And in this video, I just felt like, today I'm fed up of hearing this advice, especially to new eBay sellers. You have to create systems and processes. You see, from my experience selling on eBay, I've come to realize that this thing is just all bull crap. This thing called systems and processes is just a way for the guru to appear up there, giving you an advice that will help you on your eBay or help you on, it doesn't matter the platform you sell on. It could be on Etsy, it could be on eBay, it could be on Amazon. When somebody sits there and tries to tell you, yes, you are selling on this platform, things are not working for you, you have to create systems and processes to make sure blah, blah, blah. I'm going to tell you this day that, look, the only system and process that you actually need to succeed on any platform is just for you to hone in on your price. Price is the only system and process that you need to succeed. You see, typically don't comment on YouTube videos, but a few days ago, I had to make a comment on a particular video that was shared. And in this video, it was also going in the direction of advising you as a reseller or as an eBay seller for the need for you to create systems and processes, to just see you moving your business to the next level and all that, And then I was actually moved to comment on this video, which I typically don't do. Like I said, I went on to write that, look, I have actually made a lot of money selling on eBay without having systems and processes. There is a time, don't get me wrong, there is going to be a time in your eBay reselling career where you ultimately need to create some processes that will help you, either to help you streamline how you source for items, or some process that will help you streamline, or just to make it better for you to list items, or a process that will see you shipping out items on time. But this is not what ultimately determines whether you're going to make profit on the platform or not. So I went ahead to actually write that, look, I've made a lot of success selling on eBay without having a single process in place. And what did I have to make this success happen? Because I had a very good price. You see, if you have the best price on the platform, you see, I'm not just kidding you, I'm just giving you the game for free. eBay in 2024 is pretty much so. If you have the best price in a particular item you are selling, let's say you are selling this microphone, it's a Rode microphone, and you have the best price, you will definitely sell the item. It doesn't matter if you don't have any process. If you have a process, it doesn't matter. If, let's say, for one beautiful reason, you were walking on the street and you found a box that was filled with a lot of microphones and you were able to buy them for so cheap, like let's say $1 a piece. Functional microphones, new condition, and you bring them to the platform. Even if you have the worst pictures, if you have the worst process of listing items, you will ultimately sell the item. This is what it has become. It's pretty much a price game, and kind of bothers me. Like I said, it's possible I also give this kind of advice time past, but today it kind of bothers me that in 2024, we are still giving this kind of advice, especially to new resellers or people that want to actually come in to reselling, people that are aspiring to become eBay sellers. You see, keep giving them this bullcrap advice. The advice that we should be giving is, look, it doesn't matter what it's going to take you. Look for the best possible price that you can get for an item and bring it to the platform. Just go ahead and list it. It doesn't matter how you will get this best price or this good price, now becomes the work that you have to overcome. Don't forget, this whole game is not in any way easy. If you didn't see my last video, do go ahead and check it out. See, how do you make sure you get this best price? That is then the very big question. Some people are so lucky to stumble across some items, and in that case, they are able to bring this item to the market. Some people have very good contact with some suppliers. In that way, they are able to get some prices that you just cannot compete with. And then some people have a way of just very good negotiation skills. They have a way of checking the market out, have a way of talking to a supplier, and with their good negotiation skills, they are able to get the best price that's possible. See, if you can figure this out, then you are already setting yourself to be successful on eBay. And like I said, it doesn't matter the platform that you are selling on. This particular rule applies to whatever platform you are selling on. It doesn't matter if you are selling on Whatnot on Amazon or eBay, just figure out a way to get the best price. If you have to beg the supplier, if you have to make a promise to the supplier that, look, I will be your best reseller, I will be so loyal to you that, if you have to, whatever you need to do to make sure that you get items at a very, very good price, this is going to be the only one advice that you need to take along with you to succeed selling anything on eBay. And sometimes getting these good prices sometimes might mean that you have to travel very, very far distances. And not everybody is actually willing to do this. Remember, you have to do what the competitor or the competition is not willing to do. If the competition is just okay traveling to the next village, say 20 kilometers, you have to be ready to go 100 kilometers to beat the competition in terms of price. If you are sure that you're going to get an item at 100-kilometer distance, do it. Because if you are not serious about selling on eBay, it's a different thing. If you are serious about coming to sell on this eBay platform, especially the eBay that we all sell on in 2024, price is all that matters. And however, wherever you have to do to make sure that you are getting items from point A and bringing them to the platform at the best possible price, you have to think about these things. Look, day and night, you have to be thinking. You cannot be sleeping when your competition is killing it on the platform. You cannot be sleeping. You cannot be sleeping, busy just chilling, hoping that some miracle will happen, trying to develop some processes, making sure your printer is right here, making sure your whatever you call it, your packaging materials are right here, setting up your warehouse or your space to be so lean that you don't have to walk so long distance to get items. These are all things that doesn't really make any difference. You can have the best process, It doesn't matter if you have the best process, the best setup, computer is right there. If an order comes in, you have a way of pulling it up. You have a software that takes it all the way to your LED printer, and you have already your packaging materials all set up according to sizes. It doesn't matter if you have all these systems in place, but if the number one thing, which is your price, is not right, you are not going to make a sale. And there is everything, and there are a lot of ways to make sure that you compete favorably on price. Sometimes it's actually important for me to say this. You might not necessarily have the best price in terms of dollar amount, but your ability to actually pay something to eBay in the form of promoted listing, like to outdo the competition, is what will actually determine whether you will make a sale or not. Let's say you are selling an item, once again, let's say a camera, and you've got like 20 people selling the same exact camera in very good condition, and you all are all selling for $100, for example. If you are willing to give eBay 20% or 15% in the form of promoted listings, you will just see your item coming up in the search rankings. And ultimately, you will sell that item. What does it mean? You're actually competing in some way on price or your profit. So however you want to get this price, however you want to be able to compete on price, you have to be thinking about these things. And I will not even lie to you, it's going to be very, very hard, because it doesn't matter what item you are trying to sell. One day I was just chilling. I don't know what I was doing at the time, but then I went to eBay. Just try to look at so many categories. It doesn't matter what category you go to sell on eBay. There's always a seller there with a bad price. See, if the prevailing market price is $20, there's always going to be one person. Doesn't matter if it's a private seller or a business seller selling that items for below market price. And these are the things that happen on the platform. So if you are not careful as a rookie seller or as a new seller, you just realize that because you are excited thinking that you want to build a business, you go ahead and buy stuff without paying attention to the fact that price is king. So you go ahead, you go to a flea market, you go to a thrift store, you go to Goodwill, and you see a lot of items. You just go ahead and buy them. You buy them and bring them home, only to realize that, look, you cannot sell this item. It doesn't matter how well set up you are. The only thing that is wrong is that your price is wrong. And when your price is fundamentally wrong, there is no way on earth you can actually sell the item. If you are not careful, the item may end up remaining with you for 3 months. I've got items here in this warehouse that are as old as 6 months, some as old as 9 months, because long time ago, I used to play the game of trying to buy everything, trying to just, because I saw some items cheap, try to buy them, bring them in, thinking that these items will sell. Sometimes these items are very good items. The mistake that we always tend to make is that we go out to source, you find an item, it's so interesting to you, you love it. It doesn't mean that the next person will actually have the same emotional attachment to that item, because today, a lot of people's decisions to buy or not to buy are pretty much influenced by price. There is no money. People are broke. People are broke. They don't have money to spend like they used to do long time ago. People are broke. People are losing their jobs. People are getting less payments. The cost of living is very, very high. So if you think that you still want to bring items to the market and just begin to compete with your competition because you have the best listing, you spend a lot of time making the best photograph, crafting the best titles. At the end of the day, when it comes to putting your price, you are $50 or $40 or even $30 above what the best seller in the category is selling. Sorry, you are not going to sell that item. If you finally sell that item, it's going to be a long wait. At the end of the day, you are going to sooner or later just give up. So you go out to tree, first sit down, do a lot of deep thinking, and try to imagine how you can legally break the competition's back on price. If you don't do this, man, it's going to be really, really difficult. It doesn't matter. Like I said, I'm just tired of hearing this advice of you have to put systems and processes in place. And it gets to a point where I begin to wonder, is it like people giving this advice? Like I said, I once gave this advice a long time ago, but now, hey, things have since moved on. There was a time this advice was very, very relevant. People had money to spend. Things were easy. You list an item on eBay today. Tomorrow, the item is in the first page of the eBay search. But now, this is not the case. The case is just that if you are bringing an expensive item, you can be sure that that item is going to sit for a very, very long time. So I don't know what stage you are in your reselling business. If there is one thing you have to take out of this video is that spend less effort developing systems and processes. The thing that's going to help you is if you spend more effort figuring out how you can get an item very cheap. There are tricks to this. You have to learn the rule of the game. The rule says that you have to come to the marketplace with the best price possible. And how you want to do that is the puzzle that you have to figure out. Sometimes, like I said, you have to travel a very long distance. Sometimes you have to network. Sometimes you have to leave your comfort zone. You have to work with the supplier and do everything within your power to convince the supplier to give you the product at a very, very good price. You don't want to know what your competition are doing just to get the best price. Some of these sellers on eBay, they have insider information, an informant giving them this information that, look, guys, this item is going to be listed. If you are there, you can come around and all these kind of things. So have insider information. People have friends working in all these big thrift stores. Truth be said, the competition is getting very, very fierce, and you have to be up for it. Because the more we continue to drum in this thing, the more we continue to change the messaging, the more it will help people to set their expectations right. One of the best deals I ever got was because I left my home and I was wandering on the street, just wandering on the street. And then I saw a signpost where someone was actually selling something that I needed. And then I went into this shop to ask if they had more of this item. And it turned out that these people had a very good connection to a very big supplier. And this was a game changer, even when I had nothing, no systems, no process. But fast forward to today, I've been doing this since 2013. Now I've honed in a lot of things, kind of understand the way the algorithm works, understand that there's no way to rig the algorithm. Even if you want to post 300 items on the platform, if the prices of those 300 items are wrong, it doesn't matter if you have the best process to photograph the item, you are not going to make a sale. I haven't done all these things. I haven't experimented a lot with the eBay system. I kind of realized that, okay, this is what works. Set my expectations right. Try to network with a few people to get very decent suppliers. And with these suppliers, I'm able to now build a business that's able to stand the test of time. But if you're just coming in as a fresher, like somebody just starting the platform from day one, you're not begin to think and ruminate over building processes because you learned from one guru that told you that, yeah, you need to build processes. You are paying so much attention to how your label printer works, how your computer works, how your cartons or how your packaging materials are stocked up. This will only amount to misplaced priorities. Think about how you can figure out the prices of item. Pay a lot of attention to researching the category that you plan to sell in. See the people who are the competitors. See if you can get a price that is actually able to compete with theirs, especially if you sell replenishables. This is very difficult. When you sell one-off items, you may not really see this kind of problem, but when you sell replenishables, which is actually what I advise that you should sell in any case, you are able to save yourself a lot of stress. You are able to do eBay and still remain sane. You know, if you want to begin to pick one item here, one item there, there's going to come a time you're going to be burnt out. But if you focus your efforts selling replenishables, yes, the beginning is very tough for you to lay a very good relationship with a supplier. But if you can finally nail this in, you can finally get these things done, which is a very good relationship. You've proven to a supplier that yes, you are responsible, you are able to move volumes. Then you can begin to sit down and think of how you can actually streamline your processes. I hope this video finds you well. Just wanted to share my experience with you as regards creating systems and processes. If it does, do me a favor, go to the like section, click on the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are not, and until I see you again, peace.